You are about to join the youth of First Presbyterian Church through a historical walk of downtown Lexington. Over the last couple of weeks, our youth have been working diligently to create a walk from one important historical spot to another, stopping at landmarks, community spaces, including parks and gardens along the way. Each of these places were picked out by the youth based on their historical significance, especially the racism entrenched in Lexington history. They also picked places where the community has come together to create spaces of growth and renewal. We invite you to imagine yourself in this shortened walk and then take the walk yourself.
Clay himself owned enslaved people for the majority of his life. He profited heavily from the hemp grown on his plantation. Hemp grown on his plantation.
I know the outlaws for that.
The location of one of the biggest slave markets in the entire South. Enslaved persons or surrounding farms within the city were sold and purchased at the market. Until the mid-1840s, Lexington was primarily involved in the local slave commerce. The slave trade wasn't outlawed until 1864. In 2020, Cheapside Park's name was changed to the Henry A. Tandy Centennial Park. Tandy, a free...
The 2016 renovations began to create a community space for restaurants, visitors, events, and office space. Located next to Cheapside Market, the Slave Market Auction Block and Slave Whipping Post were located on the property. The historical marker dedicated by the Lexington Alumni Chapter of the Kappa Alpha Fraternity is located at the corner of Short and Upper Street.
Abbey Road. We won't get that.
After his death, the property was sold to Henry T. Duncan, the mayor of Lexington and the co-founder of what would later become the Lexington Herald-Leader. In 1912, the 5-acre area around the house became a public park designed by Frederick Olmsted, the man who developed Central Park in New York City. From 1916 to 1956, it only admitted white people on the grounds. But even then, Duncan...
The darker they are, the riper they are. So...
Does anybody come harvest these and do anything with them?
Yes.
Maggie.
Yeah. Tanya Torp, who you saw this morning, she'll come over here. She may have already been over here. She comes and her husband get a lot.
And what's
2008, Sherry Maddock, a young master gardener, heard his story on the opening day of a newly installed community garden next to the old Episcopal burying ground, and decided to honor his memory by naming the garden after him. The following year, the presiding Archbishop of the National Episcopal Church came to Lexington to formally apologize to the Black community and establish a historical marker located in the cottage on the grounds. The garden has been maintained ever since by Seedleaf in collaboration with the Martin Luther King Jr. Neighborhood Association, Christ Church Cathedral, and Transylvania University. So we met with Seedleaf a couple days ago, and this is their largest community garden at the current moment. It's also their first. And this path from that signpost on is open to the entire community. You can pick whatever, whenever, in addition to this orchard. But what makes it different from other community gardens is that up top, people can rent plots, and they're private. So it's on a sliding scale from $5 to $50. It's pay what you can.
Hello everyone, it's your Action News reporter reporting live from the First Presbyterian Historical Walk. Today we're interviewing this young man. Tell us your name, young man.
My name is Mason.
Mason, what are you learning today?
History of Lexington.
Is it pretty cool?
Pretty cool so far, yes.
Awesome.